Welcome to a new daily top AskReddit video. Today's topic.
What is a privilege, exclusive to the opposite sex, that you envy? No periods for men is WTI envy. And no fear of possibly getting pregnant. When I had the talk with my daughter about such matters, I told her that it was completely unfair. But no dude ever got pregnant. Wearing summer dresses. They're unbelievably comfortable, but look extremely silly on me laughing face. Same for yoga pants. You should absolutely wear yoga pants. Might need a pair of basketball shorts over them, but they're so damn comfortable. Jealous of the natural born strength men have. I did heavy weightlifting for half a year. And I felt strong. I arm wrestled my average sized husband, who has never lifted weights or tried to increase his strength. He won against me in seconds. Men's testosterone gives them so much potential and strength. Lol, I'm so bitter. If it makes you feel any better. Humans, including men, are weak as shit compared to most other creatures living on this planet. It sucks knowing that I could train for years, gain tons of skills, take all kinds of performance-engaging drugs, and still get bodied by a baboon. It's scary that there are women out there who work out or take a little self-defense and they think that they can hold their own against a man. Bull fucking shit. Unless you are a trained killer, avoid the fight at all cost, ladies. Easiest way to win a fight is to not have to fight at all. First lesson I learned when I did martial arts. I agree with others, it really depends. We had a neighbor get attacked and he tried to rape her. She beat the ever-living shit out of him and ran. Adrenaline and the will to survive is different than wrestling your husband. I'm not saying women are stronger than men or that'll be the fortunate case for every woman that encounters that attack, but you'd be surprised at some of the outcomes. I've recently been exercising more to lose weight. Last week, I was walking and turned down a block near my home. There were 3 children who had just gotten off the school bus for the afternoon. 2 little boys and a little girl. Maybe 9 or 10 years old. The 2 little boy peeled off to their houses. That left the little girl. She was maybe 40 feet ahead of me or so. She's little and I'm 6 feet 3, so I gradually gain on her. It does not even occur to me that she might be worried as I walk regularly and I see lots of other kids on bikes, adult men and women walking, etc. I live in a beautiful country club neighborhood with parks and ponds and the golf course and a community pool. Again, it never even occurs to me that she feels she might need to worry about the 6 feet 3 bearded, shirtless man power walking behind her. She hears my footsteps, turns around, is visibly terrified and begins to walk like those Olympic speedwalkers. A few seconds later she turns around again. And as she does I put my hands up. Say, you're okay. I'll walk over here, and point to the other side of the road. I hustle over there and make absolutely zero eye contact with her beyond that. When I get to the end of the street to turn around, she's gone. So I assume she made it home. I guess I'm glad she has the presence of mind to be aware of her surroundings and be as safe as she could be. But it's almost embarrassing. I felt like a predator for a moment. Sorry little girl. Not all men are predators, but the overwhelming majority of predators are men. We learn early that strange men are not safe. The unfortunate truth. The safe gun handling principle. Treat all guns like they're loaded, and treat all men like they're a threat. Sucks to generalize a whole group. Especially when some of the people who get generalized are probably lovely. But you don't have time to determine whether they're a nice person. And that kinda thing is easy to fake. I've had similar. Local 10 or so year old practically running away from me by my mere presence when it's dark in winter. Despite my cute dog, which usually makes things better. Then another local girl, 14 or so, taking every opportunity to approach and talk to me. Often using the cute dog as a starter. Except when I'm with the wife. Obvious awkward teenage flirting attempts ensue. Either they are so young they're scared or they're just old enough to be interested in guys. But don't understand the danger of talking to a grown man. Yeah, I've gotten the latter for a long time. I'm very young relative to my oldest child. He was born when I was much too young. He has female friends that say completely inappropriate things to me as well as things to him that make him uncomfortable. I recently had to stop one who was maybe 16 or 17 and calling me something about a piece of meat. And explain to her why that wasn't okay. How even though she knows I'm safe and I would never even considering responding with anything other than an eye roll or something, that there are men out there wouldn't respond that way. And I ask her how she'd handle it if one of them took her seriously. And of course she doesn't know that could never happen. Reminds me of the one time my husband and I drove past a house with a little girl, maybe aged 11. Selling baked goods. She waved at us, so we said we'll get something after we picked up our dog from our house. We just came back and were picking him up to go somewhere else. Well, we got our baked goods and heard our dog crying in the car. So we just said, oh, our puppy is crying, so we better go. And she goes, can I see? Quote, my husband and I looked at each other. Sure. Quote, and she goes straight to our car. No worries at all. We honestly just stayed as far away from her as possible as we didn't want to look like kidnappers. She then went back home. Ha ha ha, such a weird experience, and I hope her parents said to her to never do that again. The variety of clothes women can wear and it be considered normal. I think men have much less variety than women. Oh, and good-looking athletics clothes. As a man, I like having less variety. I can wear the same thing every day and nobody cares. This comment. As a girl who's lazy ASF. Stays home all day and sometimes just wants to spend it all in my PJs. I wish girls didn't have so much to wear nor cared if others wore the same shirt twice in 1 week.